How to apply for SBA grants and loans, the easiest and fastest ways to get approved. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate, income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know more about how to apply for SBA loans, the easiest and fastest types to apply for, and new grants coming, make sure you watch the video to the end. Leave a comment below if you need help with anything. In applying for SBA grants and loans, it's important to know your options so you have the best chance of being approved. So there are 4 main types of SBA loans, and those include the SBA 7A loan, the SBA 504 CDC loan, the SBA microloans, and the SBA Express loans. Now there are other types of SBA loans, which include the SBA 7A small loans, the SBA Veterans Advantage, the SBA Export, the SBA Capline, and also the SBA Community Advantage. Now the main 4 are those that I've highlighted, and the loan amounts and the funding amounts range from $500 to $5 million, with the exception of the SBA 504 CDC loan, which can go up to $5.5 million. Now the interest rates vary. They go from 3.4% all the way up to 13%. Now a few key facts about the SBA, that these are small business loans, partially guaranteed by the government through the SBA. So they tend to have longer repayment terms, up to 25 years, as opposed to conventional loans, which actually go up to 5 years. Another key fact is that the SBA partners with lenders to lend money. So the SBA is not a bank. They do not actually have money. They facilitate money, and they match make, and they are passed through. And they administer grant programs as well as match you with lenders that are part of their loan programs. So if your business is properly set up, you can get grants and funding, not just through the SBA, but from sources all around the country. But it's a good idea to follow their guidelines because it's indicative of the discipline and how your business needs to be properly set up to get grants ongoing consistently around the country. So the easiest and fastest SBA loan to apply for is the SBA Express Loan. It has loan amounts of up to $350,000 and is ideal for businesses with less established credit that want to improve cash flow. It also has the easiest SBA application process with accelerated times and also longer payment terms, which is very important because as you actually start your business, you're looking to try to get established and move into a rhythm of cash flow. Having longer payment terms can go a long way. And oftentimes, as I've shared earlier, many of these programs actually have loan terms and repayment terms that go up to 25 years, which can really help you because they actually can expand your amortization schedule out, make your payments smaller, and make your repayment a longer process. So you actually have time to not only build your business and get established in a rhythm of generating revenue, but it makes it easier for you to actually repay the loan back. Now, how to apply for an SBA loan. You want to follow this procedure step by step. Number 1, you want to go to their website at sba.gov, and you're going to go to their loan program section where you're going to check for the following. You want to look for their loan guarantee percentage, their loan amounts. You also want to look at their use of proceeds. So oftentimes the SBA will actually want to know what you're using the proceeds for, what you're using the loan for. It's very important. It's just like when you're actually applying for grants, and in some cases, some grant sources want you to actually do a review or spend. They want to see how you spent the money. Well, in this case, the SBA actually wants to actually know how you're going to be using the proceeds. In addition to that, you also want to look at your qualifications. You want to make sure that you're qualified before you proceed. And you also want to be looking at the interest rate that they're going to give you. Finally, you're also going to be looking at the maturity date, which is very important. As I've shared earlier, they have actually a longer repayment schedule than often other institutions. But it's still important for you to know what your maturity date is, so you know how much time you have and what date you're working towards. Number 2, you're going to look for an SBA preferred lender. Now this is going to be a combination of banks and also online platforms that are participating with the SBA. Number 3, it's important to know before you start, please note that applying for an SBA loan will require that you have good credit, cash flow coming into your business on a regular basis, strong financials, and also 2 years business history. For number 4, please note that the lenders actually use SBA guidelines as well as their own underwriting criteria. So depending on the lender, it may make it difficult for you to get approved for this loan. That's why it's good to have options such as grants and also business credits, which we teach. So for example, if you're actually a new startup, well, you may not have good credit. You may not also have the 2 years history that's required. This is one of the reasons why I always teach you guys to actually have alternatives and to apply for grants and be in a position to apply for grants nationwide and not just depend solely on the SBA. While the SBA is actually a good option, because of these qualifying criteria, it may actually remove some people from qualifying for grants with the SBA. So you want to basically be in position, if you cannot get the loan or the grant via the SBA, you want to know how to properly set up your business so that you're actually going to be able to get grants regardless of how your seasoning is, how long you've been in business, because there are a lot of startup grants available. And that's one of the things that we actually teach people, how to position themselves to start to get grants and actually petition to compete for grants from day one of starting their businesses. So this month, and they normally release this information every May, the SBA released information on their Prime Grant, PRIME. So there are more grants coming, including upcoming and also future grants from the SBA. And we're going to be including those in our resource area. We're also actually going to be including in our SBA playlist a breakdown of how to go through the SBA loan chart, which will include maximum loan amounts, percentage of guarantees, use of proceeds, maturity, maximum interest rates, guarantee fees, who qualifies, and also the benefit to borrowers. We're also going to be teaching more of how to apply for grants and funding, regardless if you're a new company, a startup, or you're established in a seasoned business and just don't know how to go about the process. So make sure you actually go to our website at AskRinde.com, click on grants, and get started today. So we actually like to ask you to connect with us by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on grants, and getting started today. We look forward to actually seeing you inside, where you can actually watch our SBA playlist and also much more regarding grants from around the country. We have thousands of grants, startup grants, grants for businesses that are seasoned, businesses that are just started. We have grants for individuals, so you can actually check that out in our resource area and connect with us. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.